What's good, y'all? G-Bird Prince back with another video, and today we are seeing how the Hornets would do if they had LiAngelo, LaMelo, and Lonzo Ball on the team. So, as you can see already, I have played and simulated some of these games, and currently they are an 11-2 team with an 83% team chemistry. They are number one in the power rankings and in their conference. Let's check out some of their stats. And right now, Melo Ball is averaging almost 20 points a game with almost 7 rebounds per game as well as 5 assists per game. His brother Lonzo averaging almost 16 a game with 4 rebounds, my bad, and almost 7 assists per game. He is currently injured, as you can see, with the bruised left heel, but that's obviously day to day and stuff like that. PJ Washington's doing well, Terry Rozier's doing well, Hayward's doing well, Devontae Graham's doing good, and LiAngelo Ball is averaging 10 points with almost 4 boards a game and give or take maybe 2 or 3 assists per game as well. He is coming off the bench, and mind you, I did not create this rating for him. I found it somewhere in the player DNA pool, or whatever you want to call it, and this is the rating that they gave him pretty much. If anybody wants it, I can try and look for it again, and I will gladly drop that in the comments for anybody that's interested in that. But let's check out his games. So as you can see, LiAngelo Ball, he's average. He's just average player so far on the team. He's almost getting starter minutes, so it seems like either that or the rotations are severely messed up, because he should not be getting this many minutes coming off the bench. He has 17 points in the last win against the Hawks, shooting almost 50% from the field. But as you can see in his other games, he shoots a little below, and sometimes he just shoots atrociously and scores nothing while still getting like 26 minutes a game. And as you can see, LaMelo Ball is playing the point guard position in his spot for his brother, and he is having 34 minutes per game. Rozier is taking the shooting guard position with 30 minutes a game. Hayward is doing crazy good right now for an 83 overall with 27 minutes per game. PJ Washington's doing well, and Richaun Holmes is on the team. LiAngelo Ball is averaging 29 minutes, so that does explain a lot with his minutes. Him and Devontae Graham are averaging almost 30 minutes a game, so I guess that makes sense for why he's coming off the bench averaging almost 26 minutes. Kai Jones is doing well, and Vernon Carey, Cody Martin, Greg Brown, and everybody else is just reserves, I think. Lonzo Ball is still doing well, or, stat-wise, he's doing well, but he's currently injured. Melo Ball, Zoe Ball, and LiAngelo Ball are all going to be free agents after this season, so it's going to be my job to try and get them all to sign back with the team and try and see if they can get a chip within 5 years of this simulation. Also, if you check out my last video, I am still using the draft and everything like that, so all the roster moves that was made in that video, and then after that with the offseason and stuff, I'm still using that my NBA, my league kind of thing right now. So that's the same file, all that. But enough for me. We're about to simulate this season, and we are gonna see what happens with Zoe, LiAngelo, and Melo. So we ended up finishing 4th in the Eastern Conference with 52 wins and 30 losses, which is pretty good, not too good, not too bad. Plus the whole top 4 of the Eastern Conference was just really close, as in like literally anybody could have had top spot, to be honest. Let's check out the stats. LaMelo ended up averaging 23 points, 7 boards a game, and 5 assists per game. His brother Zoe ended up averaging 14 a game with almost 4 boards a game and almost 7 assists per game. Devontae Graham didn't really contribute much to the team, obviously, since he was out with an Achilles injury. LiAngelo Ball averaged almost 12 points with 5 boards and almost 3 assists per game. So I kind of thought it would be a bit better if they worked together, but I think his whole thing was just pure inconsistency. He was just way too inconsistent, in my opinion. Like, checking out the stats and stuff, I feel like he was just way too inconsistent. And Hayward, so I'm guessing they were both fighting for the small forward position, but Hayward, I think, still had starting role, but he only averaged 11 points when he started, so That's kind of weird. But let's simulate the 2022 NBA playoffs and see how far the Hornets can get. And in the first round, we end up sweeping the 76ers, which is realistic, to be honest. Brooklyn ended up sweeping the Raptors. Atlanta almost swept the Heat, but the Heat got one win. Milwaukee is struggling to try and beat the Chicago Bulls. LA is also struggling to beat the Timberwolves. Golden State and Utah are even and tied. Memphis swept the Mavs, which is interesting because I kind of thought that game would be a little tougher. Denver is almost about to beat the Suns, so let's simulate the rest of this round. And the Lakers lose to the Timberwolves. Crazy. 1 seed got beat by an 8 seed. Denver finished the job and beat Phoenix. Atlanta, we already talked about them. Chicago finished the job and finished the Bucks. And we're about to simulate this round. And LiAngelo Ball is out with an ankle injury. That definitely puts a hindrance on everything that they were trying to go for, pretty much. And we swept the Nets. Come on, somebody had to have been injured. Wow. We swept the Nets somehow, which is crazy, with Kyrie, Durant, and Harden all healthy. Wow. Maybe it's just the rotation I've had put in and stuff like that, but I'm honestly shocked that they swept the Nets of all teams. And now we're facing against the Bulls, and Memphis has made it to the conference finals along with the Timberwolves. Shockingly, who was on the Timberwolves team, honestly? Because so Russell is playing like his 2018-2019 self, dropping 30 points. Jalen McDaniels, I think that's his name, Jaden McDaniels, dropped 20. Anthony Edwards dropped 18, and Karl Anthony Towns shockingly dropped 13, but he did get 15 boards, so he still contributed. And we have been eliminated from the playoffs by the Chicago Bulls. Let's check out the box score. Dang, talk about a blow. We lost by 20. Lonzo dropped 22 points. Jello dropped 13, but it just wasn't enough. Nobody else on the team could pick up the slack, sadly. And let's just simulate the rest of the playoffs. And the Memphis Grizzlies have won the NBA championship with Jonas Valanciunas being the MVP. Wow, that's crazy. If that doesn't scream that this game is not simulation basketball at all, I don't know what does. So it is the start of a new season, and we are going to try and improve from last season, almost making it to the NBA Finals. And as you can see with our rotation, we have all three Ball brothers starting with each other, which I feel like can work out, especially since they're playing under a 7-second strategy. So let's see how well it works this season, and let's simulate the rest of this season. And so the season has ended, and LiAngelo Ball has won the MVP award with almost 31 points, 7 boards, 7 assists, almost 2 steals per game, while shooting 53% from the field, almost 50 from the 3, and almost 80 from the free throw. That's crazy. That's really crazy, and that's really great, honestly. So let's check out the season stats and see how the big three of the Ball brothers did. So we got, obviously, as I said before, LaMelo just averaged almost 31 points. LiAngelo almost averaged 16 points with almost 6 boards per game and still almost 4 assists per game. And Lonzo Ball averaged almost 15 a game with 4 boards per game and almost 8 assists per game. So Oladipo did well. Almost everybody had played their role to a T, in my opinion. And we are the #1 seed. Actually, let's check out the standings to see how that all worked out. Wow, we obliterated the Eastern Conference. Where did the Nets go? Because I don't think any of them. Wow, they were the worst team. And I don't think they have anybody. Yup, they don't have anybody. Literally Durant, all of them left. Wow. Durant and all of them left, leaving Jalen Brunson, Eric Bledsoe, and Zach LaVine to replace them all. Wow. Talk about a downfall. That's as bad as the Cavs' downfall when LeBron leaves them. We obliterated the Eastern Conference by almost 20 games. Wow. Actually, let's check and see where the people on that team went to go. So Kyrie Irving signed with the Clippers of all teams, which is crazy. Where did Harden go? Harden signed with the Bulls. Also very unlikely in real life, so I'm guessing they did a sign and trade, where they just straight up did a trade between Zach LaVine and him, which is stupid. And then Durant. Where's Durant? Unless he got injured. Maybe he's a power forward. And he signed with the Houston Rockets. That means that team should be stacked now. Yeah, they're a #1 seed. Definitely makes sense, because they got Kay Cunningham, Kevin Porter Jr., Ron Harper, which I'm assuming, yeah, they just drafted this dude. Kevin Durant, Victor Wembanyama, I think is how you say his name. Christian Wood, Kenyon Martin Jr., Jason Tate, Grayson Allen, shockingly, James Bouknight, KJ Allen, Trey Mann, Rudy Gay, and John Wall still on the team. Wow. Let's check out the Lakers. Mac McClung, Marcus Smart, LeBron James, Davis, Montrezl Harrell, Drummond is still on the team for some reason. Cam Thomas, Talon Horton Tucker, Yuta Watanabe, and Kendrick Nunn, Ricky Rubio. Wow, talk about a downfall. I'm surprised they didn't sign more people or better people in the offseason. But let's simulate these NBA playoffs and see what happens. And we beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in 6 games, which is pretty good. And somehow, once again, the 8th seed beat the 1st seed, with the Pelicans beating the Rockets shockingly. Lakers did not advance past the 1st round again. Grizzlies made it in 5. Denver made it in 7 against Golden State. And let's check on the East. The Bulls lost in 7 to the Raptors. Let's check out the Raptors team real quick. Raptors. Pat Bev, Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, Mitchell Robinson, Hassan Whiteside, Jonathan Kuminga, Chris Dunn, Robert Covington, Oscar Da Silva, Ivan Rabb, Damian Jones, Malachi Flynn, Gary Trent, Caleb Martin. So I think they took him away from us. But he's on the G League team now, so it's not much better. He's not doing much better, I guess. And Hawks in 7 against the Sixers, so the process really ain't working for them over there. And Celtics beat the Heat in 5. Simulate this round. And we sweep the Toronto Raptors, and we are now facing the Boston Celtics in the conference finals. The Nuggets have made it past to the finals, and congrats to Luka. Is Luka still on the team? Yep, congrats to Luka Doncic and the rest of the team for finally making it to the conference finals. And we are about to simulate this round as well. And we made it to the finals, and we are playing against the Dallas Mavericks. Let's simulate this through a game. We win game 1. We got game 2. Game 3. Now, I will simcast this game, and we will simulate to the end just to see how things go. Okay, we are jumping in. And Luka Doncic hits the close range shot, a 2-point shot with 15.7 left to go in the game. Can the Hornets somehow try and get this win somehow. Can they? Can they? Can they? Can they?
For me, I got niggas in the streets do 7 years for me. Yeah, kill for me. R.I.P. Got a hoe all in my bed, she going free for me. I spin a bag and get it back. I flex like a Hercules. AK with the beef for who got beef with me. I talk that guapaness, she tryna rock with me.
And the Mavs avoid a sweep with the late shot by Luka Doncic. So this is going to a game 5, and we will see how that all works out. And the Charlotte Hornets win the NBA championship in 5 games, with LaMelo Ball obviously being the finals MVP. Let's check out the box score real quick. LaMelo scored 31 points while his other brother scored 13 and 12 respectively, with Lonzo getting 8 assists and 4 boards, and Jello getting 6 boards and 5 assists. That was a pretty good series, honestly. So in this simulation, it only took them 2 seasons with the Jello, Melo, and Zoe, the Ball brothers, getting back together to win the NBA championship. Michael Jordan, if you're watching this, sign Jello immediately if you're trying to get that ring. But that is it for this series. If you guys want any other content from me, just drop it below in the comments, and I will try my best to do it. But as I said before, that's it for this video, and peace.